second day.
What does that require for that to make that happen?
16 years of dedication and commitment.
I wanna be an American idiot. One nation controlled by the media. Information age of the
Alright, here we are, Download Festival 2025. I haven't actually counted which download this is for me, but I think it might be number 17, which is both incredible, amazing that I've managed to go to so many downloads, and the horrible realization of just how old I am getting. I'm just looking forward to it. I'm just looking forward to checking out some new bands. Apparently 44% of people at Download this year are going for their first time ever, which is incredible. So there's gonna be pretty much half the field experiencing Download Festival for the first time. Let's do it. Right, before I shoot off, I just gotta say goodbye to my cat. There he is, Caesar. Emperor by name, Emperor by nature. Look at that face. All right, we're all checked in. I just got passes sorted, sort of nearby the village now. Now this makes me very happy as someone who used to skate a lot when I was younger. Sadly, my 36-year-old knees won't really allow me to do much these days. But back in the olden days of Download, they used to have something called the Snickers Bowl, and they used to have professional skaters there alongside amateurs, and people, and you could just hang out on the bowl. It was really, really cool. And I think that stopped being a thing about 2008, so it's not been around for a long time. This isn't quite the same, but this is very cool to see. We now have this. A little skate park back at Donington Park. Awesome.
So we made it, we're on site, Download 2025, got a beer cranked. Welcome to Download, man.
Primordial Radio here at Download Festival 2025 with Patch from Bullet For My Valentine. How you doing, man?
Hello, yeah, doing well. Good.
I need a little history lesson on Bullet, or a refresher. I was trying to recall your first time here, and in my mind I was thinking, was it 2004?
Yeah, it was a long time ago now, before we got signed, I think.
Before you got signed?
Yeah, we played a small tent somewhere with 2,000 people,
yeah.
And it was Ramos. It was completely...
And you were Bullet For My Valentine then, not Jeff Killed John?
I think we were, yeah. I think we were, yeah.
Changed the name.
Yeah.
So that was a crazy, because I think Metallica did like a secret set in the tent or something that year. But what are your memories of 2004?
Oh, so long ago. Everything happened so fast for us back then. It was. I just remember that tent was it was just maxed out. You know, it was so full in there, and you know, it was just a real good vibe. And yeah, we were all super buzzing after that one. I remember, taking me back now. But that was the first time we played here. It was awesome.
Tell me about the new album, and ultimately what is making it so special that you decided, we've really got to hone in on this now?
Well, we started writing back last year, so it's been in the works for a long time. Obviously we put it on hold for this 20-year anniversary tour and stuff like that, which has been amazing. But there's a lot of stuff already written, and due to the touring the first half of this year, finishing writing the album, then recording the album, then getting it out for next year, it's just not enough time. So we've got to really dig our heels in and crack on, for the sake of the band and our future as well. So I think it's about 13 demos written so far. Very heavy, very different to what people have heard before.
Okay.
So it's going to be very interesting. It's very cool, very interesting. But yeah, we want to get stuck into that and hopefully get some new music out first part of next year. Yeah, and unfortunately time seems to be going faster. So
as you get older, right?
Yeah, we got to keep turning the wheel and crank this next album out as quick as we can, just to get into another cycle.
Yeah,
so that we felt that's more important for the band at the moment.
Yeah. Do you struggle to write on the road? I know some bands can do it, but others it's one or the other. It's either touring or writing.
I wouldn't say we struggle, but yeah, we prefer to not have the pressure of touring while writing. Focus on one thing or the other, not two at the same time.
Yeah.
It's doable, but with a laptop and stuff like that, it's just it's a lot easier to get into a studio and really knuckle down and focus and throw 100% behind the writing process.
Are you inspired by the new bands that are cropping up on the scene to be heavier?
Yeah, there's metal is as strong as ever at the moment, but there's definitely a new generation of modern metal coming through, which is a vibe, and we are sort of touching on that, keeping everything fresh for Bullet as well. Our policy is we can never really write. We don't want to write the same album twice. I think that's dangerous.
I unless you're AC/DC, you're getting away with it.
Yeah, which we're not.
Patch, thank you so much for your time today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You guys have been out in the field more than I have today, so tell me about your day. What's been going on?
Well, I've just come back. I went up to the back up to the campsite.
So he's had a nap.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Had some crisp, put my feet up, I just put my... so I've been asleep for the past day.
What do you think was in that dish? What do you think it was? Cheese.
I can hear the music, that's about it. It's like...
I got so drunk that I threw a frying pan at Canary.
Is this unusual?
Goodbye. Oh yeah, sorry. I got so drunk I threw a frying pan at Canary. I didn't know there was one. Okay, I'm single now.
Tell me about the Venga Boys.
Oh my God.
How good was that?
That was fantastic.
Honestly, it was amazing.
We were saying last night, it wasn't just like a curiosity. Well, just go see what these Venga Boys people's are like.
It was so much fun.
Every single person knew every single word. Granted, there aren't many words, to be fair, but still.
Boom, boom, boom.
Sha-la-la-la-la. It's fantastic. It's the highlight for me so far.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been many bands. So
I haven't really seen many bands, so I've only seen two.
we've been caught with a frying pan domestic, basically.
Well, speaking of frying pans, you could cook an egg on my head, so I am done with this. Bye-bye. Primordial Radio Download Festival 2025. The man behind the sticks of Shinedown, it is Barry. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm really good, man. I'm really good. It is great to speak to you here on a lovely sunny day.
It's gorgeous. I'm actually going to get a sunburn in the UK. That's unheard of.
So I see some of your stuff on Instagram, and I love what you do, man. You got so much stuff that's going on. Obviously, you're an incredible drummer, and that's just that is what you do.
Kind, but thank you.
But you've got things like whiskey collabs and barbecue. You seem a bit of a foodie, like and a drink sort of person. So
Very much so.
tell me more about that and how you got started into that world.
I think in the foodie world, it started in college. You know, the early days of the cooking shows with Emerald teaching you how to cook and stuff, and it was cheaper to learn how to cook than to go out to eat every night, right? Yeah. And then I just fell in love with actually cooking, and that made me. And then in touring, having the ability to travel the world and taste all these wonderful, great different restaurants and foods and styles, it just kind of grabbed a hold of me.
I've just got this image in my head of Shinedown just backstage, just whipping up a barbecue, ready to go on.
It's funny you say that. We used to do that.
You did?
Yeah. So when we weren't headlining, you know, when you get done headlining at the end of the night, everybody's kind of leaving already, and you're tired, and you played a long set. Back when we were an opening band, I carried grills with us on the road, and we would do after show parties, and I'd cook for everybody, and we'd bring fans back and have a great time and do parties after the show, but not as much anymore.
Oh man, that sounds incredible. This is the guy. This is the guy you gotta know, man. Seriously.
You want some good food? Come see me.
So it's been 3 years since Planet Zero, and I was wondering, are you writing anything happening on the new music front?
Yeah, so we released 2 singles earlier this year, Dance Kid Dance and 365.
Yep.
Those are out. We're going to release 2 more coming up in the next couple months, and then I'm hoping for a new record first quarter of next year, Marchish, something like that. Yeah.
So those singles, because in my head, are they standalone singles, or was that part of an
They'll
album
end up
that's
being
coming?
part of the album. Yeah.
Part of the album?
Yeah, they will be part of the album.
And
It's
have you
just,
announced all the details of the album yet?
no, and that's the thing. We haven't quite finished it yet, and we're never going to put anything out there that we really didn't feel as cohesive and together. We still need to write a couple things, I think, and we're working on it, but Brent won't let us go home to work on the record. We're out here touring, so it takes a little bit of time. You know, we never stop working, so that's where we're at, but it will get done soon. I think we have a small break here coming up after this festival and before the July tour, and then we have a little bit in the fall to just button everything up and make sure we're giving the fans what they deserve and what we're proud of.
I'm really glad that was the answer. I thought I dropped the ball for a minute, being like, wait, the album's been announced? I missed it.
No, we haven't announced anything yet.
Very quickly, you mentioned stuff about the paranormal, and I was wondering if you ever had like an actual experience with the paranormal, because I haven't, but my grandparents said that they did, and I'm a bit fascinated by that world.
I'm fascinated by it, and I have things that have happened, but I always discount them, right? I always try to say, no, this didn't happen. But there's one instance a few years back, we were at a hotel, I believe in Kansas City, just a Hilton Garden Inn or something like that, nothing super fancy, nothing old or historical, new construction. And I get off the bus and I go to my room, and I usually get up a little bit later, probably noon, and I go to my room, and all the drawers, every single drawer was open in my room. I'm like, that's weird. You know, why would the room service people leave those drawers open or anything like that? But then I thought, John, our security guy, he has a key to all of our rooms, just in case of emergency. He's got to be which he never messes with me, and we always hang out on the days off, but he messes with Eric and Brent. He'll go bring their bags up to their room, and he'll put a teapot on their bed or something just to mess with them, or hide it under the sheets. So I got out to lunch with him. I'm like, real funny, man. That was really funny. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I said, well, you opened all the drawers with me. He's like, no, I did not do that. I said, that's weird. Okay. We get done with the lunch, have a couple drinks, come back to the room. They're all open again. Every last one of them was open again. And now I'm like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. I go to the front desk and I say, hey, can you look back at the tapes? Because the hallways always have cameras. Can you look back at the tapes and let me know who went in my room? And they said, sure, Mr. Courage, get with us in the morning. The manager will be in the morning, let us know. Went back to the room and I slept in there. Slept fine, nothing weird happened after that. Go downstairs the next morning to the manager, and I said, hey, did you find anything? He said, sir, I hate to inform you, you're the only one that went in that room yesterday. So I got no explanation.
That is weird, man. That is weird. Barry Kirk of Shinedown here at Download Festival 2025. An absolute pleasure. Have a great set later. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Sometimes you just gotta wing it, and this guy knows how to hustle. Like, I've met many folks in the music industry, but I remember speaking to you about 10 years ago. You were telling me like all the stuff you did on Snapchat and all the merch stuff. Like, dude, you're a fucking pioneer in this scene. But time is of the essence today. Jamie's got a very busy schedule, so very quickly, dude, how are you? How was the set?
The set was great. It was awesome. We had the full pyro main stage slot. It was really cool to play to a largely sort of rock and alternative audience. We had to come and represent for the legacy metal and hardcore bands. And
yeah, man.
you know, there's some other really heavy bands today too, like Load and Cradle of Filth, and I'm obviously looking forward to really seeing Frank do his thing with Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
Fun and cool. I just did a similar thing where I sang for SOD in Milwaukee. So shout out to Frank. He's been doing a bang up job, and it's just a fun, great day to be here at Download, and I'm really happy we were able to do it and be given the opportunity to come back and do it big on the main stage, especially with the Slayer shows coming up, and then with the Killswitch shows coming up. So this is just like a bonus on top.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. The audience was great. They showed up early. They showed up ready to go, and they were just die hard from start to finish.
Amazing. So we're gonna follow up this chat, I believe.
Yeah, let's do
in a couple of weeks, because are you allowed to say, or?
Yeah, we're gonna have a new single out. We're not gonna say what labels or anything like that.
Yeah.
We're not gonna put out too many album details, but because we have so many big opportunities coming up, we want to start getting the new music out there, and yeah, really just reintroducing the band, because it's coming up on 5 years since we had a record out. So
and you look at the audience at Download, there's a whole new generation of metal fans ready to do, for
it's incredible, and I really give all these bands a shit ton of credit, especially Shinedown, who we're buddies with, and Sleep Token. You know, it's an amazing thing to have a new gateway band out there that's pulling in people that like all styles of music.
Absolutely. So we're going to follow up the chat in a couple of weeks. I haven't spoken to Jamie in a long time. I had to grab him very quickly, but I'm looking forward to catching up properly soon, dude.
Yeah.
Jamie Gaster at Download. See you soon.
Download 2025. We are up and Adam early doors and feeling kind of hanging. Why are we feeling so hanging and why are we up so early?
One of us got back to the tent at 6:30 this morning. And we're off to go see Orbit Culture.
Primordial Radio Download Festival 2025 here with Orbit Culture, guys. How you doing?
Very good, man.
Doing very well.
How are you, man? It was a long time no see. Feels like.
Yeah, it's been a little while. So the last time that we spoke, actually, God, I can't believe it, 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Download 2022. You were here on the fourth stage, on the Doctave stage, which was absolutely incredible. But now, from there to the main stage, which is quite, that's quite the jump. So tell me about that and how that feels.
It's surreal. That's it. Yeah. In such a short period of time too, but I have no real words for it. It's just when we got the offer, we were like, yep.
I mean,
you don't think so much anymore.
Yeah.
You just say yes.
Of course, it's a big honor, but it's also a big responsibility for us as a band and performers and musicians. To take on that stage and make it ours for those 30 minutes that we have.
I love the title Death Above Life. It, to me, I'm probably making connections that aren't there, but it has like an ancient feel. Like the Egyptians, for example, were obsessed with death. Their whole life was just preparation for death. And that title has a sort of element of that.
Yeah, I hope people don't get the lyrics wrong, because it's more like about change. Like we felt throughout these years that we have to change some stuff, especially behind the scenes, and that's where a lot of the lyrics come from. It's a lot of angry stuff in there, like you get pissed on by some people in this industry, which is fucking horrible.
I've been through that.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
So, but we have also been very lucky to get, a good team also behind us. So, but it's a lot of anger in those lyrics, but it's also a sense of hope in there. So,
Last time we spoke, we talked a little bit about production and producing, geeking out about Cubase and stuff like that. Are you still sort of holding the reins on production, or have you brought anyone in?
I mean, me, Frederick, the full band basically, we recorded this new album in our newly built studio, which turned out great, but it was kind of a tight schedule, because then that Bullet tour was about to start, but we got it done. But this time around we were like, no.
Sorry, people keep watching from the camera.
Sorry.
It's alright, going on.
No, but we recorded everything in our own studio, and then
I'm gonna make this into the best blooper reel ever. Seriously, there's a big f***ing camera here. And this f***ing stop walking in front of my f***ing camera. You realise how much of an edit this is going to be now? Oh man, I'm going to have to let you go, because I think more people are just going to waltz through my camera apparently every 2 seconds. But the album's in October and the tour's in November, right?
The album on the 3rd and the first show on the 21st in Hamburg.
Yeah. Guys, it's been so good to catch up, and look forward to see you later on in the year.
Likewise, as always. Thank you.
Right, so here we are, day 2 of Download Festival. Yes, I am in my palatial travel lodge, which, by the way, when I booked this, it said it came with breakfast. It's a bit more of a motel-like travel lodge, this one, than like a proper hotel, as it were. So anyway, I get to reception, see about like half 12, checking in, like after midnight watching Green Day, that is. And I just go, oh, what time's breakfast? Just so I know that I don't oversleep and I get to breakfast at times. Like, oh, I can give it you now if you want. Excuse me? Yeah, so travel lodge, breakfast in a box. Actually, to be fair, wasn't that bad. But yes, I am in a travelogue after 17, maybe 18 downloads at this point, and doing all the content stuff. Oh man, you just cannot beat a bed, a shower, and just connectivity. Although, saying that, right, one of the reasons I got the travelogue was to have a bit of a workstation, good kit, and the connectivity as well was like a major thing so we can upload content. And the booking said premium Wi-Fi supplied by Virgin Media. Now I've got Virgin at home and I thought, okay, cool, that should be pretty solid. I'm not expecting 500 down, 80 up like I usually get, but I am sorry, Travelodge / Virgin Wi-Fi. 5 up, 5 down does not count as premium. Here we are, just got back on site, and looking at the weather yesterday, there was a lot of warnings, and by the end of yesterday, it was looking very ominous around Donington Park. Saying that, absolute moment of beauty when the rain came down, not too heavily, but just enough during Green Day's set, and it happened right on the moment in Wake Me Up When September Ends, on the lyric Here Comes the Rain Again. You couldn't make it up. It's genuinely one of the most beautiful things I think I've ever seen at Donington Park. Oh God. Oh, this hill. Oh, it feels a lot bigger on the second day. Right, so first things first, gotta go catch up with the fam. How we doing?
It's hot. I'm sunburned. Oh, Green Day were amazing.
Absolute matching crazy Japanese madness. What more can you want from us?
Right, fam, have an awesome day. Bye. Primordial Radio Download Festival 2025 here with Sharon from Within Temptation. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Great to be here.
It's fantastic to have you here, and it's amazing to see where you're at Within Temptation, headlining the second stage, coming on to that in just a little bit. I watched your documentary last night, so let's start there. I think you put it out about a month ago, right?
Yeah.
So were you quite integral to, I guess, the writing process of it all, thinking like, okay, this is what I want to capture in Ukraine? Was that sort of all coming from yourself?
Yeah, that was all coming from ourselves. We also financed the whole documentary ourselves.
Wow.
It's not done by anybody else. And the thing is that we wanted to show the power of music, not just from us, but from people that are actually working in the Ukraine as musicians, and also people that we wanted to bring on tour with us and see the whole process come from the moment that we met each other in first time face to face to eventually getting them on tour, if they would get on tour or not. And that was also the back story in our minds, like, okay, how does the process go? Can they even leave the country, and how does it work? And eventually they did go on tour with us, which I'm really happy about. And but you never know who you're taking on tour with you, and because that's what's also the reason I wanted to meet. And the second thing was, we wanted to have a band that also wanted to go back to the Ukraine, because sometimes when they leave, they might not go back, but these were the right people to take along, and they really wanted to go back, even felt guilty for being on tour with us, leaving their family behind. And it was just, I think, a beautiful story to tell, and to see the process they go through, and also us going there and meeting other musicians and talking to them. It was also fans.
So Within Temptation, then, you are headlining the second stage here at Download Festival this weekend. You got a long history with this festival, and I was trying to recall, I didn't have a chance to check 20 years of Wikipedia on Download. Have you headlined the second stage before? Is this
No,
the first time?
it's the first time.
First time, so that must feel special.
Yeah, it is very special. It's a big honor, to my opinion. Last time it was Evanescence headlining, and us before that, and now we're stepping up one place. It's nice to be back again, and in only 2 years, I'm really enjoying Download always. It's a good atmosphere, and people are all really always, really into the music and giving a lot of interaction. So I'm hoping for that tonight again. So ready for tonight.
Sharon, thank you so much for your time today. I wish you all the best for this later
Thank you
on.
very much.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Primordial Radio Download Festival 2025 here with Nej from Alcest. How are you, man?
I'm very good. Thank you so much.
It is great to be speaking with you. You're a special band to me, but also there's a sort of secondary reason why you're quite special. So first off, Spotify puts you in my top 3 Wrapped pretty much every year. So you're always in high rotation in my listening. Second reason, you were the last band I saw live before COVID.
Oh, yeah. Some people told me the same, like some French friends with our last show in Paris, it was like the last band they saw before lockdown and everything.
We don't have to rake over all of COVID and stuff, but how are you?
I'm good, very busy, as you can imagine. We just released this new album last year, so we have to tour a lot, and so we just come back from a tour in the States. Now we are doing the June festival, so after this one we go to Hellfest, we go to Grass Pop. We also have a tour in Asia in July, so I'm very much looking forward to this tour.
I've been following you guys for years now, and what was fascinating to me when you just talked about your whole touring plans, America, Australia, you used massive shopping list of things. Is that a bit surreal? Compared to, because I'd imagine when Alcest started, you weren't thinking success in your mind, I guess back then, wouldn't have been like this global touring band.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something I talk about very often in interviews. I mean, something that people ask me a lot about is the contrast between, how personal this project is, because it comes from a very personal thing. It's a very intimate kind of music.
I would never have thought in my mind that Alcest were a MySpace band. You just don't make those connections.
We totally were a MySpace band. Like I got my first record deal thanks to MySpace.
How does it work at festivals with songs like yours? Because if you've got a half an hour set, is it literally, are you playing 3 songs today?
Okay, I'm gonna be very honest. We play 5 songs today.
I think that your music is more underground than a lot of other bands on this bill. So I think even at a place like Download, you're still winning over new people.
Yeah, I mean, we are super happy to be here. As a French band, you know, to have some fans in the country which has the best music, you know, like England has some of my all-time favorite bands. And to know that people here like our stuff, it's a big honor as a French band, you know.
Nice, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So I've been badgering you about this band for like 30 years. Go on, give us your vote.
He described this as a warm bath for metal. You know, he's right. He's right. I think that weed sales would do very well in this day. Really well.
Download Festival day, what day are we on?
Officially, day 2.
Officially day 2, it is Saturday. We were like, man, we're gonna chill this morning. We're gonna have a couple of quiet beers at the tent, but words just come through, secret band, Trivium! So who enjoyed the Trivium secret set?
It's amazing, oh my God.
Amazing.
Best band of the weekend.
Scotty the Balls here. Hi. So my view is it never happened. And for that reason, a secret set that didn't even happen. Download, it's the best secret set ever. It's the best secret set ever. So after the crushing disappointment of the first secret set of Download 2025, a secret set that was so secret, even the band didn't know it was on. The second secret set was infinitely better. Over at the Avalanche stage, it was Malevolence.
Primordial Radio Download Festival 2025 here with Malevolence. Guys, how you doing?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I actually introduced it wrong. The secret band.
Yeah. Not so secret at the same time, you know.
Yeah, the worst kept secret of Download 2025. As always seems to happen every time we do a secret set, but it's what it is, man. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. So, I caught a bit of the set. I'm just going to show you this because you wouldn't get this view. This is because you're on stage. You're on stage. So this is what it was trying to get in.
Oh, you did shit so people couldn't even get in?
It was very difficult. Thank God for that screen out there. I managed to just poke my head in, but...
Because I wondered that. I was like, I just screens on the side. And
so this is a nice big screen there, so it's absolutely packed. But yeah, how was the set from stage for you guys?
It was amazing. Yeah. It's actually very rare that we play in the UK. I think the last time we did a UK show was in Bloodstock, so last summer. Actually, we try and keep it as exclusive as possible, really, because this is our home. Like, we live, we drove an hour down the road. This is our local metal festival, which we're very, very lucky to have. The set was absolutely incredible, so it really feels like a homecoming. Anytime we do any of these Bloodstock Download, Slam Dunk, this is like, we have our friends here, we have our family here, and like this is where people seem to like us the most. So yeah, man, loved it.
New album's coming out next Friday, set on stage where only the truth is spoken. It's always nice when you get to play a set like that when you're new, you know, when an album's coming out next week. That's always just a nice feeling.
That was it. Like, two of the songs, like Trenches and If It's All the Same to You, almost forgot what it was called then. If It's All the Same to You, that's like the first time we properly played them in front of a huge UK crowd, so it was cool. And we opened with one of the new singles, you know what I mean? So it's, you never know if it's going to go off, if people have been listening to it, but honestly the response was sick. Like everyone was singing the chorus, they knew the riffs, and you know what I mean.
Obviously, you guys are from Sheffield, and you talked about cutting your teeth and stuff like that. I was very excited to see all the story about the lead mill and that potentially getting closed. Yeah. What were your thoughts on that?
You need venues to be open. Do you know what I mean? And like you need, because more and more bands were coming through there, and it's like Sheffield's kind of being missed out a lot of the time for a long time now.
Just think if Brimy didn't have a venue to play in.
Yeah, man, we got a real lack of venues in the city right now. There's a very small handful of nightclubs that are actually prepared, like good enough to host a decent metal show. And so right now, like there isn't really a good space to have a big metal show in the whole city, which is heartbreaking.
We need to open them back up.
But what band can go from 700 to that? You've got to go through the ranks.
There's no like 1,500 caps. There's no 1,000 caps. There's even in the way of a 400 cap, 500. There's very few.
Maybe we'll do another Long Road Brew and we'll do it together this time. And we'll get in even more trouble.
Get us involved,
Guys, thank you so much for your time and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thank you.
So we're in a bar and we've just been given a tattoo by someone called Alice. She's got her own tattoos.
My boyfriend's getting tattooed with other ladies.
I want my own tattoo. What's your tattoo?
Dick or Rich?
I can't focus.
I lost the bet. I have to get it.
Primordial Radio Download Festival 2025 here with Josh and Morgoth from 7 Hours After Violet. How are you guys doing?
We're fantastic.
Very well.
A little bit of backstory on 7 Hours After Violet and how you came with Sharby, like who approached who and how did it all sort of meld together?
Yeah, so funny enough, this like somewhat came together via Korn. I was working with Jonathan Davis with his son, and I did some writing sessions with Korn, and he spoke positively about me to their manager Bino, who also manages System. And Bino reached out to me and was like, hey, Jonathan told me that went well, do you want to make some music with Shavo? Because Shavo was doing a whole other project. And I was like, yeah, I would absolutely love to. You know, System's one of my favorite bands of all time.
Kind of seems like you guys are really influencing him in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, he's having fun. We're all having fun out there. I mean, I'm sure it's weird for him to be back doing stuff like this, but they've all been like, this is our first time in Europe and it's been going really well. Like the response has been insane. And I'm like, it's nothing what I thought it was going to be. So we're all very happy, and I think we're bringing them back down to earth a little bit. You know what I mean?
Just a little bit. Because it's a different experience playing a fourth stage at a festival to headlining, right?
He's in a really big band, but like just being around him and being friends with him, you would never think that. He's just like one of us. He's a homie.
Yeah, so I absolutely love that. I can't speak to someone called Morgoth and not get a little geeky about Tolkien.
Absolutely.
Now, so we've had Rings of Power, but Morgoth doesn't feature in Rings of Power. Very cool. See, I'm getting back into second and first aid stuff. Mm-hmm. Is it even possible, do you think, to get first aid stuff onto TV or film because of just the sheer amount of material that's back there?
Well, I want them to try. Right. Whether it's obviously what's left to the imagination and like what Tolkien intended is impossible to recreate in any capacity to the full truth of it, but I don't think that should stop anyone from trying. Actually, I've become really close with Bear, who scores Rings of Power recently, and I've gotten to work with him a little bit on like collaborative projects for him, so that's super satisfying the Tolkien nerd in me. But yeah, as far as like, I want them to try. I want to see Morgoth like protected on screen. Whether I'm 100% in love with it or not, I just think it would be cool if more people know, and so more people stop being like, oh, is your name like Morgoth? You know, like more goth. You know?
I mean, as soon as I saw it, I was just like, oh my god, Morgoth. We're going to talk about Tolkien, of course we are. And I wonder, like, I'm not sure if you're aware of the bit that Morgoth may even be able to return post Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Because he's in the, what do they call it? He's in the void, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he might be able to escape. Do you think that would ever be a cool path to explore, Morgoth returning and bringing back Sauron?
It's tough. I mean, it would have been sick if even Christopher wrote that. I would have been okay with that. But I don't know if like another person should come along and say that and like write that story. You know, it's kind of like bringing a band back from the dead with nobody that had anything to do with it and making an album that everyone wishes they made, you know? Yeah. I'm sorry, Josh, this is totally isolated.
I know, I feel...
What are you talking about?
I feel so guilty, but I had to do it.
Fool of a took. Throw yourself in next time and rid us of your stupidity.
Sorry, not sorry. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I want to give a massive shout out to the YouTube channel, Nerd of the Rings.
Because I love Nerd of the Rings.
Nerd of the Rings, they have helped me just really get to grips with First, Second Age, because the Silmarillion, there's that meme from Pirates of the Caribbean. You get points for trying.
It's hard to read. I've had to read it. I've had to listen to it on audiobooks over and over. But Nerd of the Rings has helped me a lot too.
Yeah. So massive shout out to Nerd of the Rings, one of the best YouTube channels there is, just on YouTube.
You rule.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coming at you live from Download 2025. That request right there was for Rich Coy, coming through the app. That was City of Angels by the Distillers. He says, morning FMH, hope you have a great time in the field. Thought this should be bangery enough for you. Right, up next we've got Brian from Chester, but first, what's your name and where do you come from?
Lewis from Margate.
We've got Lewis from Margate. Oh, I'll tell you what, that deserves a round of applause. Hang on. There you go.
I appreciate that.
You appreciate that. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man.
And he's just rocked up with a, what does that say?
Party hour.
A happy hour party pack. 9 alcoholic drinks. It looks like you bought it from B&M.
Home bargains.
Home bargains. Right, so, are we going to have one of these for breakfast right here? Yeah, one bastard. Taking the skin off the top of my mouth.
Primordial Radio Download Festival 2025. I'm here with Pair 2 from Apocalyptica. How are you doing?
You said it correctly. Thank you.
I had to ask your guy three times.
One of the few ones. Apocalyptica, yeah. But we have been around for a while. Just heard the crazy fact that we were here in the first Download Festival when it was held as this form, so it's crazy.
I actually didn't realize that the masters to Ride the Lightning and Kill 'Em All, Master Puppets, even and Justice for All still existed. I thought because they were all recorded on tape that they'd all been perished over time. But you're saying that you had the individual bass track for Cliff Burton. So that must have
recorded by Flemming Rasmussen. So
so that must have been pretty cool to hear.
It was honestly there were tears, and a lot of them. Like, it was so emotional to kind of do that duet. Of course, like getting Rob into the studio to record bass for us, and eventually James even participating for one. That was a mind-blowing thing, and in a way, a dream come true, as you could say.
Here with Gore. How you guys doing?
Amazing.
Good.
So I got a WhatsApp from my friend, and I gotta share it to you. Shout out to Kev, by the way, absolute legend. So he was in the tent. Gore, we're fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. First festival ever.
Yes.
He's saying that. Not even done in the States. He's saying, can you play again tomorrow or something?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and yes.
Love to.
Yes, absolutely. We still have our gear, so we'll be fine.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut to the chase on this question. How the hell do you do this and be a NASA spacewalk engineer?
Seriously.
Well, it's not easy, but because I have such a good team behind me, it's possible. Like, you know, I'll work during the day and then we'll play at night. Obviously, here in the UK, I cannot bring my laptop to a foreign country, so I don't work when we're in the UK. But I find a balance. You know, I have my 9 to 5, and then I have a 5 to 9. Do I have a lot of free time? No. Is it worth it? Yes. It's just about prioritizing and managing.
How are your thoughts and feelings about human spaceflight? Is the Artemis mission still looking good?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously can't talk too much about specifics about the Artemis mission, but yeah, I mean, I know that we, you know, my coworkers, me, I know we're all so excited to be sending people back to the moon. And it's really cool to also have coworkers that are that like your band. Yeah. Like my boss is like, have fun at Download. Let me know if you need a roadie. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like everybody's so supportive at my job too. Human spaceflight is literally my job. If human spaceflight wasn't a thing, my job wouldn't be a thing. It makes me just as excited as music does.
But I think you're going to be in business for a long time because it's going to be a massive thing moving forward. I think the cool thing about artists like generally is that there's always an argument, it's either moon or Mars, and for me it's moon then Mars, like it's both. It's not either or, so we'll have to wait and see. Mr. Musk may have different ideas, and I won't draw you too much on that question. Download 25 here with Kittie. How you doing?
Excellent. How are you doing?
Good. Since the release of your album Fire, so much has changed for Kittie now.
Yeah, like it's, again, very surprising to us because we, you know, our plan was just to play a couple shows and then not do a record and then go back to where we came from. But apparently the universe had different plans for us. As a band, I think we have just such a different fan base from a lot of other metal bands that you go to a Kittie show, you see everybody.
Yeah, it looks like a Dolly Parton concert.
Yeah.
Everybody's there.
Massive shows back then. You did like Ozfest and stuff, right? Yeah. You know, that must have been like absolutely huge at that point in your career.
Yeah, of course. It was great. We did Ozfest Europe as well. That was fun. But again, like we were always the only ladies on those types of shows, though, which is great. It's great because we get to stick out like a sore thumb, but we also stick out like a sore thumb. Yeah. So it's a double-edged sword, right? But it's nice that we have so many female bands here at Download this year. It's great.
Here with Zetra. How you guys doing?
Wonderful, thanks. It's been a great download so far. The people came out for Zetra and we couldn't be happier. Rest assured that any popification of Zetra has happened at the will and behest of Zetra alone.
It's fitting that you're on this download because this download represents, I think, the turning point of old school and new school stuff. There's lots of new stuff, and I've got nothing against the old stuff, but there's a little culture clash at heart. Absolutely. You sort of emboldened by seeing a band like Sleep Token. You say you want to be the biggest band in the world. Well, there you have Sleep Token headlining main stage.
I mean, that's the dream. For a band that wishes to have more than just be, you know, a couple of guys on stage playing shows, playing these big sets, playing with big sets, having a big show, more than just the music. You know, it's the dream. What they've achieved is incredible. I think we always strive to achieve with Zetra is that it's like kind of live by the sword, die by the sword. Like if people love this, then it's all it's all of our creation. If people hate it, then it's all of our creation. Like, it's fine. Either way. Yeah.
Here with Bastardane. Guys, how you doing?
Good, man. Been a hell of a day. We are very happy that we're here because we played a lot of shows in the US and Canada, but just never made it over. And we asked and pleaded and begged, and someone said yes. So we made it.
So there's some thrashy vibes, a little bit of progressive stuff. So where do you all kind of come from musically?
We all have different backgrounds. Of course, we pick a lot from long variety of music genres like jazz and prog and rock, and it's a good mixture to have and apply to the skills that we might have.
Made your mark in the UK, first ever show, Download Festival. I'd imagine you would want to be coming back.
Good question. Yeah, we definitely want to come back because, like you said, coming in playing a festival. It's amazing. It's great. But now I want to. I don't know what's next. No, we want to. Come back here for sure. Play some real shows, at clubs and pubs and whatnot. Yeah, we're definitely going to come back.
Thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat today. I'm so glad to hear that a band played that stage at 12:30 and packed it out. Because it's not easy. I watched bands at 7:30 there and half empty. So
They were very generous.
So it's a massive achievement. Congratulations, and I look forward to when you get back to the UK.
Thanks so much.
2-year break. How you guys
Come
doing?
on.
Hello.
Good, mate. Really good.
As soon as the email came in that you guys were here, like 2-year break, I was like, oh, I have got to catch up with these guys. You played our PGM last year, which is absolutely incredible. District X
Doghouse show
on the Wednesday.
On the Wednesday, we were excited that it was a late one. We wanted it, you know, because on the first day, you know that there's people coming in, they're doing setting their camps up. If you're playing later, you've got more chance of meeting new people and stuff.
So last time we spoke, you were just about to be a dad. So how has fatherhood been treating you this last year?
Fatherhood is amazing. I'm not going to pretend to people out there. It has its ups and downs. It's rough sometimes. The good outweighs the bad. I want her to be a rocker. I want her to be into this lifestyle that we're part of. So we're getting her. We take her out to places. We get her, like, she's socialising. So yeah, as soon as she's ready, we'll be bringing her to festivals like this.
A little mini mosher in the making.
Little mini mosher. We've got a few songs that are already ready to go. We've set ourselves quite high with our music videos now. So we've got a kind of
and for right reasons. Because at the end of the day, when you raise the bar, you end up at places like this. Do you know what I mean? That's the point of it. It's like Brad rightly says, you don't want to end up throwing something out that's half-hearted.
All right then, here we are. Oh, we're back on the big hill with a big bus coming at me. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Good way to end the festival. The hill feels very, very steep today. Although there's less of a queue to get in, so that is good. What a day yesterday. Sleep Token absolutely killed it. Probably the fastest that a band has ever become a headliner in Download Festival history, which is just amazing to see. It's just so refreshing. And tonight's a bit of the stark contrast. The longest a band has ever had to wait to become a headliner in Korn. If ever there was a band that had paid their dues to headline this festival, it's Korn. Are you ready? Right, Download 2025. It is done, and apparently I'm going to get run over by a car this time instead of a bus. Oh man, absolutely incredible. That Korn set, insane. So I was in the tent for Korn at Download 2007, which for other reasons is a very infamous set, but that was the best I've ever seen Korn. My voice is pretty much gone, and I've just realised that I've got to edit somewhere between 4 and 6 hours of footage. Do it all over again. Download 2025. Peace out.
2025. What's the final verdict?
Hot, dusty, loud.
Hot, dusty and loud.
A lot of fun though.
Oh, I honestly,
A lot of fun.
I think that might have been the best download yet.
Yeah.
Just as a festival experience and for organisation and the way they did it, the improvements they've made, I think it was the best one yet.
Yeah.
What say you?
I agree actually. The layout, the organisation was a lot better.
It was very good. It was very good.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, you lot can argue the toss on the bands till whenever, I don't care. But as a festival experience, it was the best one ever. Favourite band?
Korn.
Korn. Agreed.
Yeah.
Primordial Radio.